Hello and welcome to the Recovery Oracle. I'm Veda. I am so happy to have you here in the space with me. So thank you for being here. I hope everybody is doing well on this. This is being filmed on a Tuesday evening. I just did a beautiful reading about ascension and spiritual gifts and tapping into the Akashic records and expanding our energetic vessels to make room for miracles, and it was beautiful. So if you haven't seen that episode, definitely check it out. And the one before it as well is very much tied in. There's a lot of flight. There's a lot to do with birds. If birds are synchronistic for you, if you have a pet bird, if you have been seeing birds or seeing signs lately, know that that is definitely, there's a message there for you in the reading before this and the one before that. So thank you again for being here in this space. I'm just doing a general collective reading. I'm going to tap into some vibes from the Akashic Records deck, see what knowledge, wisdom wants to come from the Akashic Records for you right now with where you are. So angels and guides, thank you for being here in this space with us. Please bring through messages of guidance for this collective of people in recovery, with loved ones in recovery and or considering recovery at this time. Thank you. Oh, I'm just so excited. I just realized I have 9 days till my birthday. I'm very, very, very excited. What would you like the collective to know, please? There we go. Break free with a butterfly. Oh, are we doing more take flight? Take flight. We are taking flight. Okay, and what else? On the bottom of the deck, we have open up. So, themes of expansion coming through again. So, we have open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. And then we have stuck in fear. You're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, but what about all of the things that could go right? Make a paradigm shift in your thinking and take inspired action anyways. So release fear. I've heard another tarot reader say, you just put fear. I really like this too. Like, the fear can be there, it can be present, but you don't let it control you. You don't let it keep you from doing what you know you're meant to do. So you set the fear aside, put it in the passenger seat, you're driving, and you move forward anyways. But the fear can be there, it can be next to you, but it's off to the side and it's not controlling the show. And then the whole, what's the acronym? False illusions appearing real, right? So what is the real truth behind it? Because what's real is that, the divine wants our highest and greatest good. They want us to be abundant. They want us to be prosperous. They want us to have heaven on earth style lives if that's what we choose. So don't let fear prevent you from maybe doing some things that you are being called to do right now. Stuck in lack. You have all the resources you need to carry through, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have. It is only ego-based fears taking over. Rein them in and don't give up. So maybe some of you, so that lack mindset is a very real thing. And we, we've have the programming and conditioning to put ourselves in these undeserving boxes that we don't realize. This can just come in ways that, like, I'm not worthy of having that much money, like just saying things like, I don't have any money, or, that's like not thinking. Think the opposite, like you are a millionaire, you can be a millionaire, because in the quantum field, there's infinite realities. There are realities that you can quantum leap to where you are a millionaire and you are very successful. So and that's just lining up your vibration for those miracles to come in. That's taking inspired action towards what ignites and excites you. Do what you love. that, you know, God wants us to have our best life. Break free. You are being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live an authentic life. This isn't going to be easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. So not necessarily either the it doesn't have to be, maybe you don't yet have a tribe, and I'm getting like somebody that's kind of, you know, isolated or spends a lot of time alone, and this is asking you to break free of that and get out there and make some friends. And that message has been coming through a lot lately. So we have stuck, and that's crazy that these, so stuck in fear, stuck in lack, open up and break free. So I think that some of you are doing this. Let's look into it and see where we're at and why this message is coming through. Okay, I'm gonna stack these, stack them up. Okay, it's not an easy, it's reprogramming our entire lifetime of thinking a certain way, and then trying to find the source of where that thought came from, whether it was our upbringing, whether it was, you know, getting bullied as kids, or something somebody said a long time ago that literally you know, loops in our head and creates this programming of fear or lack or shame or guilt. And if you can find the ringleader to where that fear came from, that's where your power is. Because then you can, just think back every 10 years. Okay, did I think like that then? Yes. Okay, go back another, and then start going back another 5, and you can get to the ringleader issue. Like, I realized a lot of my fear of how I showed up in, you know, in public situations, in public places, and met adult others was from my childhood bullying. And I figured that out not too long ago and broke free from it, but I had to like lay down and figure it out, and I had to go back, and I was like, when was the first time I was bullied, and like, how did I feel? And I was embarrassed, and you know, I was like 7 years old, and I was embarrassed and humiliated, and like it just, that stuck with me. So for 30 years, I've been showing up like embarrassed. What are they going to think of me? Thinking everybody's judging me, or that, you know, people think I'm a nerd, or whatever. I don't, you know, I am a nerd, and I embrace that. But like, showing up as an adult because of the way some kids treated me when I was 7. Some kids that were probably damaged and hurting themselves, right? That didn't have great upbringings. And then I didn't have the parents at home to like nurture that, to like my mom and my stepdad never said stand up for yourself. They were very religious, and they would say, you know, turn the other cheek, pray for them. And so I would just take all these hits, and then I'd go home, and I had abusive parents, or well, an abusive mom, and then I would take hits from her, and it was like I was getting bullied. There was no safe space for me growing up, so I was kind of in like a fight or flight mode my entire life, and it just nowhere was safe, and I was always on guard and always on edge, and like cortisol buildup, you know, and it's just anxiety and depression, and you know, like misdiagnoses of mental illnesses that I don't have now. I don't have those now that I am like connected to my divinity and understand that I'm you know, I'm an eternal soul having a human experience in this life, but like I'm all knowing, all powerful, unlimited being. So this is just one of how many lives have I had. Okay, so moving on. I don't know why that's sitting there. That's maybe it's sitting there for a reason. We'll see. Okay, so anyways, let's get into this and see where we're at with the tarot. I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread. Don't let those first messages. This is all just guidance of breaking free of those limiting beliefs, that programming, that it did not come from your pure, unconditional, loving, innocent soul. those beliefs, you know, fear and lack do not come from those places. Those come from outside sources and, you know, programming. So we're all kind of breaking free of these patterns right now, and that's a big step in our evolution and moving forward. So we have the Ten of Swords. So yeah, oh, you know what? Exactly. So this is spirit confirming. I didn't set up the Celtic cross. I just started shuffling. Okay. So yes. So some of you have been badly hurt by the way that people have treated you, by the things that people have said, like stabbed in the back. You've been maybe some of you have been in abusive relationships. Maybe you've had people just like abandon you and hurt you and leave you. Narcissistic relationships, you know, abusive parents, addiction, right? There's a lot that, especially with us in recovery, right? We get to recovery because we've been through it, and said enough is enough, done being sick and tired, and in the lifestyle of sick and tired. So, you know, this person is laying on the dock with knives in their back, and there's a person, you can't tell if they're going to walk up or they're walking by them and they're going to ignore them, or they're going to help them. At the Ten of Swords, also, this is the ending to a way of thinking. So this is the ending to a thought process, an ending to a lack, fear, thinking process of hurt. This is the end of a cycle. So this is telling me right here off the bat, Spirit wants you to know that this is over. So this stuck in fear, stuck in lack, you are breaking free and opening up. That's what I'm getting from that. Like, this is currently happening or about to happen. You're breaking free from lack, fear, and opening up. And that's proven right there. It's the end. You're done with that. So interesting. Alrighty, so now I'm going to leave that with these guys. Angels and guides, for the greatest and highest good of this beautiful community, let us please do a Celtic cross spread. So first card for the Celtic cross, how the collective, the current energy for the collective Celtic cross. Thank you. The Wise One. Wow, see, you're showing up as the Hierophant. So like a teacher, teaching, leadership, guidance. This is also a priest, church, systems, order, blessings. This is a card also of marriage, of higher learning, of your higher power, listening to your teacher within, listening to the guidance of your teacher within. So, and what complements that, please? The Wise One. I like it's the Wise One, not the Hierophant. The Wise One. So that's in the space of you, how you're showing up currently. And then what covers that is the Five of Wands in reverse. So there may have been some competition, some you may have been in battle, and this could be an internal battle. This can be standing up for yourself. But there's, at the 5, there's a change. There's a change in your actions. You're changing your actions in some way. And it came out like sideways. And I took it like this. I'm going to take it right up. I'm just going to take it right up and read it as it is, the whole spectrum of cards. So, at the 5 of Wands, actions are changing. Maybe your spirit is changing. 5 is the number of change. Wands are spirits, wands are fire, wands are energy. So your energetics are changing, seen here with the Wise One. So it also is a card like in the Rider-Waite Tarot. Right here, it's like birds fighting, arguing. It can be just sticking up for yourself. It can be an actual argument you're having with somebody that's influencing this. What crosses? And we've got the 5 of Cups. So that one is in reverse. So the 5 of Cups in reverse. So you're coming out of a time of grieving. Maybe some of you have lost loved ones. Maybe some of you, have are grieving the loss of who you used to be, or their aspects of self are dying away at this time, and you're kind of going through a grieving process for them. With the Five of Cups, the whole thing is there's 3 cups spilled over that they're very upset about, but there are still 2 cups that are sitting, and those cups had more in them than the other 2 or the other 3 anyways, but they are so focused on the love, like the love that they lost, that they're not looking at the love that they still have, which is like their own self-love. They're very upset. So recognizing the love within yourself and nurturing your heart at this time. Let me know, how you relate to that, what you're letting go of, who, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's some internal conflict, but that is what is crossing. So then, here, can I get that where you can see it? No, not really. Get it that close. You're going to be able to see like the bottom couple cards. Okay, if I do it there, you can. And I have to move these ones. I remember we have the Ten of Swords starting off the reading, flying out, letting us know that this is the end of a way of thinking. A mental process. So, a way of thinking, a way of speaking to ourselves, a way of being. So this is great so far. In the underlying and the subconscious, underlying energies, please, for this reading. That's underlying. The Wise One, the Five of Wands, and the Five of Cups. 5-5 may mean something to you. 5 is all about change, and actually this is 5-5-5. It's the Wise One, the Hierophant, is a 5. So we have 5-5-5 here. You are showing up. What is you is the Hierophant. What's crossing is the Five of Wands, and what covers that is the Five of Cups. So massive change happening. Massive changes. I've never seen that before. Okay. And then we have the Hermit coming out, underlying all of this. So you have maybe been in a period of isolation, right? You need to open up and get back out there. But underlying this entire thing is the Hermit. This is also Virgo energy. This is the Virgo star card, power card. But at this time, you may have gone off and isolated yourself to seek wisdom within, to heal, to make some changes, and to have a deeper understanding of yourself. And literally you are changing on an energetic level and an emotional level, and showing up here as the Hierophant, as the Wise One. And the Hermit is all about finding that inner wisdom. So this is beautiful. So far, so good. Awesome. Let's see what the recent past looks like. What's the recent past, please? Supporting, or the recent past. That one in there so I can get a chance. In the recent past. What's behind you, right? Awakening. So, yeah, awakening, judgment, and ascension. Yeah, you had some sort of an ascension, some sort of wake-up call, some like energetic ascension. This is awakening card, some sort of awakening, judgment, something that has completely shifted your reality, has caused you to change. 5-5-5. That's crazy. And then I have number 9 and number 20 here, which is also 10-10. That number could be significant for people. 10-10 is significant for me. That is my latest sobriety birthday and my last one. Okay. And then crowning. Let's see what's crowning the reading, please. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheels of fate are turning, and it seems to be in your favor. You're showing up as this teacher, as this wise, as this like wise, more understanding, like leadership energy. Okay, and then what else do they need to know about themselves? King of Swords, showing up as a King of Swords. So, like, very powerful within your mind, within your mental space, very, very well grounded, clarity, quick-witted, sharp tongue, intellectual. Yeah, this is very, very, very strong intellect, understanding, high level of understanding, like mental resiliency, which creates that emotional resiliency. You're like standing in your power, and that sword is like just cutting through anything and everything that does not serve you. The fear, the lack, all of that thinking, that is out the window, and you are showing up as a King of Swords and the Hierophant. That's literally what they say about you. So and what is their environment, please? King of Swords. What is their environment? Ten of Swords. Okay, so we've got, so the Ten of Swords, the negative one of, so this deck has two Ten of Swords, which I love because it has the Rider-Waite one that's like, you got stabbed in the back, you got hurt, you got, you know, done dirty, and it's painful, painful, painful. But it's also, if you think of it numerologically, yeah, the 10 at the tens is completion, at the 10 is the highest understanding, and the swords are intellect, are your mental space, are your wisdom. So they made a second Ten of Swords in this deck, and that's why this is my favorite deck, because this is the Ten of Swords that I want to see. And this is the environment you're showing up in now, is this Ten of Swords of higher knowledge, of complete understanding, of like systems in order and set and in place, and you're aligned. You're aligned mentally. You're in a very, 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 very strong mental position here, and this is amazing. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, that's your environment. You're showing up as the King of Swords, so like this, the highest level of intellect, and your environment is with the highest level of intellect and understanding with the Ten of Swords. So the highest level in the court cards with the highest level of the rest of the suit. So there's a lot of communication happening right now. There could be, you could be, you know, making those friends, stepping out, meeting people, speaking a lot, expressing yourself a lot. Maybe you're a writer, writer, musician, creative. Somehow your self-expression is ramping up big time after some time in isolation. I'm gonna move this candle over here. Well, then it's in the way here. Sorry. I'll find a place for everything. Okay. So my desk space is only so big. Alrighty. Then okay, so Ten of Swords in their environment. Angels and guides, but what does this collective not see coming, please? It landed right there. That's perfect. Ace of Cups. So a new, like a divinely aligned, loving, emotionally fulfilling offer of some sort. This is like an offer of love from the divine. This could be a relationship. This could be a new friendship. This could just be a project or something that you are passionate, that just brings you these, just blows your heart wide open and makes you so, so, so happy. And just like joy, just like explosions of joy and happiness. So that could be a person, a place, a new work environment, or a project. You'll have to let me know. And that's what you don't see coming. In the overall outcome, what do we have? Wow. Strength. Leo energy. So again, so the Strength card, this is your courage. So your overall outcome is you like standing in your strength and courage. Standing possibly a position of leadership, possibly a position of management, just basically standing strong on your own. I love this card again with her with the lion. They're like both looking right at you. This deck is like just so interactive and beautiful. This is the Tarot of the Abyss, by the way, if anybody wants to know, by Anne Turian. It really is like one of my favorite decks. Okay, so we can get clarifiers on this. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. So, like some new passion, some new energy. She is gathering the wood for the fire, for the suit of fire. So she's like the first stop to building this bonfire is her gathering the wood, and she takes her job very seriously, and she knows that without her the fire doesn't start, so she's very diligent about picking out the right wood, doing everything just right. And so with the page, this is a new energy, some sort of new passion, new action you are taking, that's new, but you're taking the steps that you're being really diligent about doing it right, and you know, making all those right moves to make sure that it's right this time, that there's no cracks, that the fire's not going to go out. You know, you're not going to grab wet wood for the fire and just let everybody down, but more than anything, you don't want to let yourself down, so you're really doing things right this time. That's awesome. All right, I want to get some clarifiers. Things. So, clarify with the Discerner Barber. Okay. So, angels and guides for the greatest and highest good of the collective. From unconditional love and light only permitted in this space. No lower vibrational energies, entities, or beings that are not for the greatest and highest good of me, of this collective, are permitted anywhere in this energetic space, in my home, around my people, my animals. That being said across all timelines, dimensions, realities, past, present, parallel, and future. And so it is. Alrighty, I'm going to clarify the wise one, why you're showing up as the Hierophant in this position, just a higher level of understanding. And then the King of Swords, like your mental space is just banging, you know, but there's a lot of change happening. 555. So, angels and guides, can you please tell me why the wise one is here in the position for them, the Hierophant? Out of Pentacles, because you've been working on yourself, you've been waiting patiently, you've been working on, waiting patiently on, you've been diligent about, you've been tilling the soil, you've been putting in the work and the time on yourself. Okay, alrighty, and then just in the near future. Five of Cups, Five of Wands. Where did the near future card go? Awakening, Wise One. Did we not do a hold on a second. How did that happen again? I didn't get a near the future card. Or in the near future card. Hold on one second. Okay. Angels and guides, what's in the near future for them here, please? In the near future? There we go. Page of Swords. So, new information. This could be you've got information on its way in with the Page of Swords. This is like a delivery, pages deliver messages. This could also just be, this could be new energy in your mental space, a new higher understanding, a new bright idea, something that you are doing, creating with your mind. So we'll get clarity on that. So Sorry, had to pull that out. And now on the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands with expansion, right? Ships are coming in. Expansion. Expansion has been like the word of the week. Okay, so thank you for that. Why is the awakening in the supporting position in the recent past? You're moving from, you're smoothing on to, or smoothing on to sailor waters, sailing on to smoother waters. So this ascension is growth. This is judgment, growth. This is like also like you're being, this is the judgment card in other decks. So like you have a divine calling, and that's in your supportive position, and it's taking you from like rough, choppy waters to smoother waters. You're moving forward, and this is also the Six of Swords in your thought process. At the Six of Swords, you are restabilizing in your thoughts, and you've reached a higher understanding. It's a knowing. So we have the Five of Swords, and then we have the Six of Swords showing up with the awakening. So you're moving up in your intellect, in your communication, in your mental state. Somehow you're overcoming these like barriers of lack and fear. Okay, angels and guides, can you please tell me why the Wheel of Fortune is crowning the reading? What is coming with the Wheel of Fortune? What is coming with the Wheel of Fortune? What's coming on the Wheel of Fortune? That's the way I like to ask that. I knew it. Yep. Maybe go through the whole deck to get to right at the Wheel of Fortune. You've completed the cycle, and now you are jumping into a new beginning. So the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Fool. You have like, this is at the Fool, people say like a new start, a new beginning, but he hasn't gone anywhere yet. At the Fool, he's the 0 card, so he's not even a number. He is just all potential. So right now, this is all potential. This fortune, this is saying, like, this is the divine saying, it's up to you. There's many directions you could go. A new beginning could look like many different things. It's in your hands. So yeah, so just staying kind of centered on that wheel as it turns. You want to stay in the center, like the eye of the storm, so you're not going and getting scared. And do not, don't make any decisions based in fear or a lack. You have the world, like literally the world is your oyster right now, and the decisions you make decide the direction you will go. And it looks like you are really good at decision making right now with all these swords here, and this higher understanding is showing up as a Hierophant. I am like 99% positive you're going to make the right decision. And then angels and guides, why is the Page of Swords here in the near future? What is the Page of Swords about? You could be an air sign also with all these swords here, obviously. Libra, Judgment. Interesting. So we got Awakening, which is a Judgment card, and then we got Judgment clarifying in the near future. So in your past position, this is so funny. So you're in the recent past, there was Judgment, an awakening, a divine call, something, right? And then in the near future is the Page of Swords, and it's being clarified by Judgment, awakening. So something that you're doing in the near future. You're making this decision with the sword, right? This is a decision that you are making based off of this. You're making a good judgment call. Like, I had to take that. You're making a good judgment call, based on judgment, on ascension, on coming to answering the divine call. Awesome. Okay, can you tell me, angels and guides, why the King of Swords, please, is here in the position of self? What is this King of Swords about? What's he doing? Queen of Hearts. Interesting. So you might have a divine counterpart. The King of Swords, right, is masculine energy behind your thoughts. So thinking of how you can provide, how you can create, how you can take care of yourself, or how you can communicate, how my communication is going to affect the way I provide and care for myself. And then you have the Queen of Hearts clarifying it. So then this is your balance. Like, she's the opposite of she's basically the divine counterpart opposite of the King of Swords, is this balanced, very, very, very balanced of, so this is how you're showing up, is a Queen of Hearts. So on your divine feminine side, whether you're male or female, this doesn't matter. This is both you. This is equal parts you. So you're showing up on your divine feminine, very nourishing, taking care of your emotions, practicing that self-care, like loving others, loving yourself, like acting and being in love. This is like acting with intelligence, and moving, acting, providing, creating with intelligence. So you're coming through as this very, very, very balanced person, emotionally and intellectually, and obviously spiritually, because you've ascended, you've been called, and that was clarified twice. You're like being divinely called. So in the position of you, what you needed to know more of about yourself, you're showing up like in a very, very, very good balance of air and water, of mind and emotion. Mind, communication, emotion, love. So this is also like, this is giving me kind of psychic vibes, right? The water signs, it's like very psychic energy, intuitive, inner knowing, and then with that intellectual wisdom and that higher understanding, there could be some spiritual gifts that you're bringing to the table as well at this time. And the Ten of Swords, if they're in their environment, can we clarify where the Ten of Swords is in their environment, please? The Four of Swords, because you went within, because you rest, you rejuvenated, because you took time to like literally meditate. Like literally on this card, it's he's a Buddha, like meditating. The Four of Swords in the Rider-Waite Tarot is like a guy after battle, and he's taken time alone to heal and rejuvenate and restore his energy sources from being in battle. So he's like kind of isolating, taking time alone to go within and recuperate. This is a card of recuperation. So something you spent time like in this hermit mode of recuperation, is the underlying like subconscious of it, and that's what's bringing you to this Ten of Swords, this higher state of knowing and knowledge and wisdom. And the Ace of Cups, they don't see what they don't see coming. The Ace of Cups, can we clarify what that's about? What is this Ace of Cups? What or who is coming with this Ace of Cups? World. Maybe you're traveling. Okay, so you could be, this is a card of travel. So like this this like divinely guided thing that is going to just fill up your emotional cup and fill up your heart space is being clarified by the world. So clarified, that could be the completion of a cycle. This could also be quite literally like the world and you're doing travel. This could be grounding. You know, the world, I take it as like Mother Gaia, that like something to do with nature. Maybe you're working in or with nature at this time. Let me see if I can get another one. And what else with the world and the Ace of Cups? Why is the world with the Ace of Cups? Wow, that was too many cards. That was 3 cards. Okay, so they're all stuck together. Those are good cards too, man. I'm going to put them back. Here. Let them get out on their own. Okay, let's see. Try it again. Okay. Why is the world with the Ace of Cups, please? 1 card at a time. One of you was that one. Now you're not coming out at all. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. So balance. Give and take. Give and take, a balance to your beauty. Also, 6 of Cups is like is the card of like creating beauty. It's a charity. So with the Ace of Cups in the world and charity, like maybe you're doing something to help humanity. And it's really just making you feel loved. So maybe you are creating something that's going to benefit mankind. And it's just filling up your heart space, just like overjoyed. It's like a card of joy. And your own cup is so full. You are so fulfilled that now you can love and help others. And that's what's happening here. So, like something like, you know, involving charity, give and take, you know, helping, being kind to others and helping others, like on a global scale or with travel. Bringing you this emotional fulfillment. You please tell me in the comments how this relates to you and what this means to you at this time. Okay, and then in the strength position at the top, very big Leo energy. That is like a card of leadership, a card of, you know, that's definitely the outcome is that you have released your fears. I think those cards, those Akasha cards, almost seem just like to let you know what you are free of. It wasn't like messages for what you need to do. It was like messages like, look at what you have done. Okay, and the overall outcome is strength. But it kind of depends on when you find this reading, where you're at in your life. But so this could be kind of a future telling reading, or it's your current energy. It's about to happen or just did happen. So, and at the 8 with strength. Why is the strength card in the overall outcome, please? What does the strength card mean? Seven of Hearts. So there's 7 of Cups, multiple options. That means multiple things. It's like you're choosing the right thing. Hearing like you're going to choose the right thing. So 7 of Cups is it means multiple things. The Strength card. Okay, is there anything else you would like the collective to know, please? Anything else? 10 of Wands with the Strength card. So we got the Strength card with that falling out with the burdens. So you have completed you're completing the cycle of carrying your burdens. Like all blocks are lifted. You drop the burdens and you're stepping into a time of strength and courage and your own personal power. So that cycle is completed. You're done. It's over. You're not living in fear or lack or carrying other people's energy or their programming or their thoughts and beliefs that, you know, have been impressed upon you. You are stepping into leadership, taking control over your own life, and really like stepping into your own personal power and sovereignty. Thank you for that big clarification. Anything else? I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Wow, wow. Okay, so we have the star. So coming out as the star, renewed, refreshed. This could be possible wish fulfillment. This is also your star chakra that is over your head, that connects you to the divine, your connection to the divine and all, you know, the Akashic records, all the wisdom of the world, all the wisdom in the universe, God, he, her, himself. And then we have the King of Pentacles, so very grounded. You're coming into this place where you're like all around very, very grounded energy. King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. But the other two cards that came out were the Two of Pentacles, creating balance, physical balance, and the Temperance. So another form of balance, but Temperance is like, you know, doing things just right. And it's also about divine timing and patience. So yeah, that was what they wanted you to know. In addition to that, the burdens are lifted. You're stepping, these two came out together, right? So you're done carrying the burdens. You're stepping into your own power. Rinse, renewed, refreshed, connected to the divine. Maybe you are a star seed, and whole, healed, and shining, right? Like the star you are. Again, it could be, there's an undertone of like miracles happening here too. Especially when I see like divine timing following that, and then it bringing in physical balance. So there's our pentacles that we're missing off the table, for the most part. Oh no, we had a couple. No, we've had some pentacles. We had 7 pentacles and six pentacles, 7 of pentacles. And so then 2 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. So there's like some money energy here too. There's a lot of like financial energy. So awesome, beautiful, great, excellent. Okay, let's get a card to close things out. Yep, there we go. Okay. We're gonna do the Wild Mystic Oracle. This will give us some theme names, some themes of what is to come. So angels and guides, thank you so very much for all of this beautiful guidance. Can we get some closing themes for what all of this is bringing, please? What is all of this bringing? Thank you. Joy. Ooh. Communicate. Joy. Joy's been my, joy has just been my word. I like joy and expansion the last couple days. Those have been good words. What else? Anything else? That's all they want to give you. We've got grow on the bottom of the deck. So expansion, again, growth. So growth on the bottom of the deck with salamanders. Salamanders could be, could have some relevance to you. And then we have joy with the chrysanthemum and the dragonfly. Dragonflies could be relevant. They are spiritual guides and often ancestors, and communicate with the bat. So all of this is bringing communication, joy, and growth. I'm going to, we'll read about those real quick. I'll get you out of here. Thank you so much for being here with me for today, for this reading. I really enjoyed having you. I'm sorry I'm kind of a disheveled mess. I hope that didn't distract from the message here of just this expansion and this growth and all this inner work you've done and this mental space that you're in now. I hope that it is inspiring to you. I hope that it is motivating to you, that you are on the right path, and to keep going, doing what you're doing. Just keep doing the next right thing. Let's see. So for joy, because, okay, we'll start with bat, with communicate. So communicate. So this card represents communication and connection. So this is bringing in connections for you, using your voice, right? Using your voice, your words, your thoughts, and this is all swords. It's a lot of communication. Yeah, so with communicate, maybe you guys can see that. Okay, so this card represents communication and connection. Animals from bats to dolphins use echolocation to scout the world around them, hunt down prey, find mates, and detect obstacles in their path. This form of communication, the world is alien to our own human processes, and yet increasingly familiar as our species has begun to communicate electronically. This card symbolizes connection to the invisible as well as connection to the world around us. In Navajo mythology, the bat is a nighttime emissary for the talking god, carrying messages where ordinary people cannot. This card might encourage you to talk through your problems even if they seem insurmountable. The Awen symbol, which sits behind the bat, is a druid. Yeah, druid, that's right. Is a druid symbol for the spirit of poetic inspiration sent from nature or the gods. It has become popular in Neo-Druidry as an emblem of the spirit of life, which flows within music, poetry, and stories. Druid bards are musicians, storytellers, and artists who use their art to communicate ancient stories, philosophy, and their understanding of nature. Like the bat who carries messages through the shadows of mystery, the bard communicates mysteries which we aim to solve through listening and interpretation. This card reminds you to express yourself and find your voice. It may also encourage you to acknowledge the hidden messages that may have been troubling you. Okay, wow. So, yes, all about communication. Big. Words. Get out there and expand, grow, make friends. So then we have joy with the dragonfly. I really like that. I like how the whole druid meaning behind it, and the storytellers and the musicians. Maybe some of you are writing books, writing music. I get that a lot with like this collective coming in. So this card urges you to see the joy in the world and seek your happiness. You may wish to work with this card to manifest a positive life change or help you see the light in dark times. The dragonfly is a unique insect who combines the realms of earth, from the mud from which they are born, water in which they spend their adolescence, and air through which they fly as an adult, prompting you to grasp the wonders of life from every angle. After spending much of their lives under the water in nymph form, emerging dragonflies take flight into their relatively short adult lives. This card serves as a message to find pleasure in everyday life and live for the moment. In Japan, dragonflies are considering bringers of luck and fortune, as well as symbols of victory and happiness. This card encourages you to give joy and be open to receiving joy and happiness into your life. Yay for joy. Joy. Oh, I think of Ren and Stimpy now. Okay, and then the salamander. I like the story of the salamander because that's the wand. That's the wand and fire energy. It's kind of funny. And then I will let you get out of here. Let's see. S-A-L-A. There we go. Okay, so the salamander, and it's 2 with the triangle. So this card represents growth from destruction, like a sapling growing out of the ashes of a wildfire. Despite being an amphibious creature, the salamander has been long associated with the element of fire in myths and lore spanning back to ancient Greece. The origin of this connection is often disputed, with some believing it may stem from salamanders who hibernated in rotting logs, only to burst forth when the logs were taken indoors and burned. This gave the illusion that these creatures were born from flame. While they are, in fact, cold-blooded and contrary to old wives' tales, not flame retardant, this association with heat and fire has persisted. Salamanders, like some reptiles, are capable of regrowing certain limbs after an accident. The salamander card may signify hope and recovery after a difficult time. While the symbol of fire can be one of destruction and harm, it also represents the heat and hearth, or the heat of the hearth, the warmth of the home, and the light in the darkness. The type of growth that the salamander card invokes is regrowth from a period of difficulty, a tumultuous upheaval, or traumatic experience. Okay, we can all relate with that one. At least one of those. Okay, thank you so much for being here. I very, very, very much appreciate having you. If you would like to go into a private reading, a personal reading with me, and we can figure out your life story, with your star placements and all the bells and whistles, get on the Buy Me a Coffee link. I also do custom-made meditations. I do subliminals, and by day I am a personal trainer, so we can get your physical vessel aligned and strong and moving its energy freely so that it can take in all the miracles that God wants to bring to you. So thank you for your time. Thank you for spending an hour with me. I hope to catch you in the next one, and we'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye for now.